Hello all, Dr. Fox back here with you, the weekend update. Hope you can hear me okay. I struggle with the microphone system, and I appreciate you hanging with us. Not quite how much longer or further along this is going to be. I know the work kind of got extended a little bit out here from my other half. So kind of bear with us. I think one of the biggest things that we had, we'll get into more in a second, arc like Rumble Warcraft, pros and cons for that. Season 4 Keystone Mythic Mount changes. There's a few other 9.2.5 updates. Nothing too massive. We'll get into a couple of these quick bullet points, have a little chat, hit the calendar, and I'll give you Miss Mora. In the meantime, let's get into this, shan't we? Dr. Fox back here with you with a weekend update. Thanks for coming along. One of the top tierest, biggest things. We know this is old news by now because I can't get on till every other weekend at this point. Warcraft Arc Light Rumble. It's mobile only, at least right now anyway, if that's going to change whether we're going to see that or not, at least for that aspect. Some form of Clash of Clans-ish, StarCrafty-ish, but like lower end kind of icons. Check out that info as you log into your Blizzard app if you've got some real interest in it. I might kind of play around with it a little, but if it turns into this big cash thing of trying to collect these 60 characters, I'm like, I mean, when I have low minimum access to internet options, sometimes I tend to fire up Earth Wars. This might actually pull me away from Transformers Earth Wars, and that one has tons of horrible bundles that they try to throw in there. That's a reference to South Park when I do the bundle. So those are kind of messy. I've been speaking of that because the internet has been so spotty. I've been basically playing that a little on my old phone and then my Android that we're trying to switch from that to get the number and the SIM card into that one. And it's been kind of a mess, and I've still been suffering the last few weeks from a lot of hives, and we had to change a lot of my clothing to wool clothing down while we're here in the south, and it's been really struggling. I think let's hit a couple of these quick small update points that a lot of you already have known for a couple of weeks, but I like to be able to still hit those as quick as possible. Season 4 Keystone Mythic Mount. It was too close to the original tier colored, so I guess they're changing it purple for that one there as well. There's this quest line for like a Puzzle Diner Raid Gear Season 4, but you only can get like 3 pieces per character, and then when you get it from the vendor, they literally leave and they're gone, and it's only 3 tier items. It's kind of that option for those that keep spinning for the vault and just keep getting just terrible gear. It's just another small option that they're adding in there as well. The recrafting for Dragonflight over there, the cooking option, they're going to be able to make the cooking option recipes. If you go back later, there'll be a few less recipes that you've got to make for that as well. And one other piece I want to add on to that as well is they're bringing down the creation catalyst as well from, anyway, it's down to 4 days now as well, so I hope that helps. Classic Wrath, I know I've had a lot of people asking me. I'm kind of going back and forth. I don't really have the time to play another version, but it's kind of intriguing to kind of start fresh again, kind of what I did with Classic, and then I tried Mastery a little bit, and then I did some Classic TBC with a couple of my guildies prior, but also internet is making it difficult. I've really been pulling back. To be honest, I really have not been playing as much. I have been helping a couple of all characters, but it's so hard. I keep getting kicked out, so I might try to do a pet battle or two, something very simplistic, or try to just not fly over, well, that was a couple of the other alts, but one of my alts doesn't quite fly yet, and still needs, literally at this recording, I still need 10 more elites out there in Zereth Mortis. Not that I'm even in Zereth Mortis, but it's something I kind of play around with, and I've been kind of just playing around with the old garrison quests out there in some of the shipyards and stuff. Just something kind of simplistic to do. I know you can do those in the app, but they don't have. I wish the app had add-ons to help you find those more quicker. I know that some will say otherwise, but we hit that option as well. Conquest and Valor now has no caps on it, so you can cap it as high as you want to as well. A couple of quick 9.2.5 updates as well. We have this the no longer will the Torgas wing rotation. Each Torgas wing is usually like you get 2 or 3 pieces of it each week. Now it's just going to be literally all there. So if anyone's trying to get those last few achievements done and you want to be able to just access any wing of the Torgas and not have to wait, it's nice that they're kind of adding that all in. Just let you go to any wing that you want at this point. I think it's definitely time to be able to do that as well. There's going to be splashing, just something to just touch on as you log in, and as well there'll be this social contract that kind of comes up. There's different comments about that kind of situation, but we'll leave that with you in your hands of how you kind of want to present. Or it's really just one of those, when we see this quite often in many of these MMORPGs. They kind of pull up this sort of contract for you to just, it's kind of how sort of gameplay and interaction, social interaction, and we'll kind of leave it at that, I think. And with that, it's more. Yes, it's pretty. She's sleeping. So I'm tired. I'm tired. Yes, my little love bug. And I think with that, we'll get into I love my calendar kittens. Sweet, sweet little calendar kittens. Right, my little calendar kittens. Sweet, sweet calendar kittens. Yeah, I've been really, really struggling with my meds. We've had to work with trying to get that refilled, and then it's just been an absolute mess trying to get that. And I've been having to cut back a lot of what I normally take, and I know that's a dangerous option when it comes to fiddling with tweaking levels of certain amounts of meds, but we're trying to survive and functioning, just get through the tail end of this. And it's not like I didn't prep for this. I prepped greatly. The problem was they ended up sending some, and then they won't resend some because they expected me to have access to it, but we had to leave before it got it. And it's not that I didn't set up a time frame to get it delivered prior to leaving. It's just one of those circumstances that kind of lined up where when you left, we couldn't get it in time, and then we tried to get it refilled prior, but they said, well, we're already mailing it to you. And I tried to mail it way prior before coming, but then when I tried to remail it, it was still too early to send it, and then we couldn't send it till almost right up, and we knew that we'd cross over. Anyway, it's just kind of one of those catch-22 circumstances, and so I'm trying to get that tweaked as I go. And I think with that, let's get into the calendar. I'm not going to have you folks suffer with my audio struggles for too long. We had the micro holiday this week, Spring Balloon Festival. One of the things I just wanted to hit, I know sadly due to as of this posting, a lot of these postings were sort of time sensitive. Children's Week last week, any of you that needed to tidy that up. One amazing thing is if that you've been struggling to get in with getting into Battlegrounds to do that Hard Knocks achievement has finally been pulled, so it's like one of the hardest ones to do, so you don't have to, you can get that Violet Drake so much easier as well. And then we shift gears. We have a couple of Spring Balloon Festival micro holiday the last few days, and we're going to be kind of wrapping things up. We've got Torgas Course of the Dead Souls. That's beginning this Tuesday coming. I'll be off for the next couple of weeks, so Time Walking will hit the following week, and Glow Cap Festival usually kicks us off into Memorial Weekend, or pretty darn close to Memorial Weekend. So hopefully I'll be back on again during that 3-day weekend, and I hope maybe I'll have a tiny bit better idea about our calendar circumstance at that point. Pet Battle Bonus Week, that's ending this week, so if you're getting in that little extra bonus, that actually helped me on one of my alts. I was doing a couple pet battles too, also on the side of the list of those little couple of items I tried doing on one of them over there, and it actually gave me double the golden medals, pet battle medals that I needed from one of the BFA quests. So that actually helped me get the 2 stone upgrades I needed for a couple of the characters as well. PvP Brawl, Cooking, Impossible, that's beginning next week. Arena Skirmish bonus, that's also beginning. PvP Brawl for you PvPers. War Song Scramble, that's going to be ending coming the 17th here of May as well. And then those are the things going on through the next week. And I mentioned the things that are just sort of starting to end as of this Tuesday reset as well. And then, as I mentioned briefly, in case I miss it until I get on that following weekend, Time Walking will be dropping Low Cap Festival right about when I'm coming back on. But that's usually a day. But that's a great time if you're still looking to get your rep out there. Usually a lot of people will show up and I'll just slice and dice through a lot of those little, that elite that pops up out there. And it's a great way to kind of wrap through that last little bit. I wish I had a few other options. We have Time Walking, but there's a few other reps out there that have made it a little debilitating and struggling to be able to get in with that. And I think with that, before internet decides to give me more issue, I'm going to kind of call it. And I hope you all have a couple of good weeks. I hope you're getting through May functioning-wise. I hope you're bouncing back okay and doing the best you can. Stay safe. Get ready for a little summer here in New England. We're already hitting it. We're in the middle of it. Thank God for my AC and my little fans that are helping. This is one of my little miracles right here. It literally uses a USB charger. You can charge it up and use it. And there's like 3 levels on it. And then we have another clamped one up there. And it's really come in handy in the air conditioner. And I've just been trying to clean this every couple of days and tidy things up every single day here in the little camper. We had to do a lot of caulking to seal up a lot of the cracks and holes. I just had a little bit of cockroaches pop up the other day, a couple of them, so we know if we saw a couple. But we got the traps laid down. We cleaned it all out. I sealed the holes where I think they were coming in from. I'm sure there's other crevices that they could find to get in here. We also put one behind the refrigerator outside. And some could say, c'est la vie, the life of RVing. But, and then of course, my wonderful hubby sprayed everything again outside, not inside. And we did not put one anywhere near Mora, so she's doing okay. She did have a little spell a few nights ago, and this was not from putting the traps out. She was almost choking from one of the hairballs, so the poor thing, we got through it though, and she was kind of struggling and trying to get through that, huh, baby? We're quite the troopers down here, so we're trying to troop through this. It's been debilitating and frustrating, and I've literally been bedridden because of the hives for the last few weeks, and because they put bleach in the water, I can't do it. I have to go back to being sort of the pioneer woman. But thank goodness, I'm not going all the way back, where I'm still able to at least, so we still have some electricity, and I'm able to at least heat up the bowls like my grandmother used to do, and we can still do like washcloths or pat downs and whatnot, and then kind of rinse our hair and things like that with the product, the current product. So it's if my hair looks a little frizzy, and sadly I don't have the money to go to a nice salon, and it's been very just struggling physically and mentally down here too to get out very often, but I'm just going to leave it at that, I think. And with that, like I said, I hope you all have a couple of good weeks. Call me next time I'm on. And then, of course, you know the drill. We will see you later. Oh, hold on. One more treat. I know, she's sleeping. She's half awake. I feel bad to move her. Yeah, I know. It's my baby. Yes.